in the first innings between themselves.
At the moment, I think they are, to answer your question. I think that the partnership is the most important thing. Who those runs come from, it does not matter. We know Saud Shakil was first picked for Pakistan in the one-day side, so he can go up the gears if he needs to. But at the moment, they are not out of the woods. They both will know if they lose a wicket, Pakistan are in trouble, and they will have their Salman in, who is possibly their last option in terms of getting up and winning this game without a special innings from somebody.
I totally agree with you on the part that's him against pace.
Yeah, it was with Sarfaraz when he looked to open up and play those deliveries which were outside his off stump. Yes, they pulled the length back and they didn't give him anything on the back foot. And after Sarfaraz's dismissal, he was back in terms of leaving those deliveries. I hear the situation slightly different because Pakistan in with a chance to win. Scott, just on your point there, you're right, the partnership itself is 50. The strike rate of the partnership itself is still up with the run rate that is required. So at the moment, it's probably, and that's why I keep coming back to this, what is the message that has been given to Saud Shakil? That probably becomes key. And Sarfaraz obviously playing the way he does, but I'm sure it's a plan that has been given to Saud Shakil to hold one end. My only concern is the later they take this, and if this partnership breaks, then the difference between the win percentage of run and balls, that could slowly slip out of Pakistan's reach. So hence why I just like to see maybe every now and then get off strike, just get down the other end.
I'm totally sold on Scott's mentioning of he's got a tougher job on hand being the left-hander compared to Sarfaraz. So we give that much to him.
I think Pakistan's job right now is to make Tim Southee actually think about the runs. And therefore he has to go on the defensive a little more. Those field placings, the catches, all have to come out. And that means taking the game deep. By that I mean just batting right now and providing some options later today. There are still 43 overs to go. Run rate required is what, just under 4, give or take. Just over 4. See, Tim Southee at the moment, there's still 4 catches. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Even mid-wicket's quite close. So at the moment, New Zealand aren't fearing the runs. That says to me that they believe they can still win this game, and they're going after Pakistan trying to take wickets. Now the man will go back on the hook, and that'll provide a couple of options. Southee can still continue with the reverse swing, or try the short ball. It's going to be a halfway, a bob each way, as they say.
– 50 overs have been bowled at Pakistan, 157 for 5.
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान.
So he knows he'll be bowling long spells. He's got a job on hand. Captain depends on him, especially against the left-hander from this side. Most of the wickets in the test match have gone to spinners.
So good, lads. Come on, so good here. And again, boys. Only scoring at one end. We have to get them all. Here we are, sides. ish, nice ish. Nice play.
The other thing I'd do would be to, if I was in New Zealand shoes out there, would be look to irritate Safraz.
Nice ish. Stack 'em in
The
good,
fact that
lads.
every single over he's taking his helmet off, the 12th man has to run out whenever he's facing the spinner, and then at the end of that over he comes out and brings out the helmet once again, that would start to annoy me. Something as small as that. And the laws of the game say the batsman needs to be ready when the bowlers are. And therefore, if I were New Zealand, I would race through, make sure that we're ready to go for the next over, and stop him from doing that. Just annoy him a little bit. See if you can change this rhythm that he's in, because he's batting beautifully. You don't always have to abuse the players like we see or hear about with sledging. There are other ways to just get under someone's skin, and that's where Safraz is he's playing so well. You just have to try something a bit different.
Down toe. Well done, toe. Well done, toe.
And Sarfraz, with so much experience,
Brilliant sides. Brilliant sides.
it'll be difficult to get under his skin. Now he leads with the runs in terms of wicketkeeper batters for Pakistan.
Look at this, fellas. Nice boys. Lovely work, lads.
You know, 450s in a row in each of these innings in this series, and he now leads the chart. Just 74 runs to another 3,000. Most runs by keeper batters in Test cricket for Pakistan.
Brilliant sides. And again, boy.
The average also not too much in between Sarfaraz's average and Rizwan's,
Yes, ish.
averaging 90 in the series. Sarfaraz.
It shows how things have changed, right? Wasim Bari was on there, averaged 15 with the bat. We have a Wasim Bari enclosure here at the ground. And in days gone by, the glove work was the priority. Fantastic wicketkeeper he was.
Yes, ish. That's outstanding, ish. Brilliant, boy.
160 for 5.
And drinks.
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान। वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान। वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान।
Shaheens versus Kiwis in a much-awaited showdown. Who will control the pitch and come out on top as victor? New Zealand tour to Pakistan. 2 test matches and 3 ODIs. Karachi, 26 December to 13th January. Brought to you in association with Coca-Cola. जहां दिल मिले वहां Coca-Cola.
160 for 5. And this partnership now is 80. Between the two, Sarfaraz and Shakil, they've consumed 159 deliveries and they're holding fort. Sarfaraz, the way he is, likes to get on with the game and he's scoring freely, finding it easy to work it on the offside. He's dealt with the spinners, his go-to shot, the sweep, and he seems pretty comfortable in his stroke play. He's so good with that sweep shot, he can almost drag the ball from outside off and play it there, and he's got 4th consecutive 50 and counting. Spinners will have a role, and they have played an important role. 2 for 46 Saudi, 2 for 28 Bracewell, and the captain getting rid of Abdullah Shafiq yesterday. Is Pakistan looking at that bottom of the screen column, 159 to win? They're probably focusing session by session, so they've got another 45 minutes to tea. Team Saudi knows there will be partnerships down the line. It's not like it'll just be a walk in the park, but then when does he actually start thinking, where is this match going? Is it slipping away? He's tried various combinations, he's mixing it up. Patience levels, when do they run out?
I think we need to remind everybody these two sessions, this one here and the one later in the day, are only 1 hour and 45 minutes due to the prayers on Fridays. 15 minutes, what's that? Probably 4 overs. So 8 overs in total, less that Pakistan will have more when you compare to usual playing conditions. I don't think it's yet. That's the answer. I think we're still quite a way away from that. In the back of these two batsmen's minds will be the fact that Pakistan lost their last 5 wickets for 23 runs. So Saudi and the New Zealanders will believe they can. Doesn't matter how long Pakistan go with this partnership, if they can get one out, then they're right back into it and they can just go bang bang and knock them over. These two have played so well at the moment, but there's a long way to go.
Yeah, 1 wicket changes everything. You've got to rebuild a partnership. You've got to protect the new batter coming in. And it's just like going through the whole cycle all over again. It's the Sensodyne Sensitivity free moment, because life is too short for sensitive tea. So go on and enjoy.
Probably not the best idea for your teeth as well. Cold drinks and those ice lollies.
Okay, sorry. She's caught up with that endorsement. She loves all those things. She has to go in the hiding and enjoy them.
How many international cricketers have been dentists?
1. Oh, he went on to chase that, and a bad bounce for the keeper.
And just a rare moment of lapse in concentration from Sarfaraz, chasing a wide one outside his off stump. A ball dying on him, ball dying on the keeper, and Pakistan won't mind this. They'll take any runs on offer. Just really awkward bounce.
Henry knows how close that was. They just need a bit of luck also when they're bowling so well. Testing Sarfaraz.
Just the last couple of deliveries, you just see him play away from his body. Just a little bit casual more than anything else. Away from his body, gets a toe end. And this time slashes outside the off stump. Excellent work on the boundary. Devon Conway has stopped a certain boundary.
I can't think of anyone who's achieved anything being an international cricketer and anything apart from that.
Yeah, that's how things have changed, isn't it? Players in days gone by had full-time jobs outside of their international cricket commitments these days due to the professionalism involved. I can't even think of, well, certainly not in New Zealand, players here who would be university qualified in anything.
.166 for 5.
I think the biggest reason for that is the
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो why not मेरी जान.
art of cricket.
Coming back to
A lot of knowledge in Pakistan, isn't there? Is that message for Shan Masood in particular?
Well, what it is a very simple message, isn't it? Rotate the strike and don't hit the ball in the air. Easier said than done.
Yes.
also cricketers have their businesses running. I'm sure they don't run it themselves. They've got people who is running it for them. Shane Bond was a policeman before he started cricket, or was it simultaneous?
I played a lot of age group cricket with Shane Bond, the former fast bowler. Played against him a lot. Under 19s against Pakistan together. Then he kept getting injured, as fast bowlers tend to do with their back in particular for him. And therefore he gave the game away because of injuries. You're quite right, became a policeman. I still remember playing against Canterbury, which is where he was from, and he was walking past us as a policeman.
Oh, wow.
And then decided that the love of the game was too much, would give it another go. The rest is history. Probably the premier fast bowling coach in the world at the moment.
Yes, Ish. Brilliant, mate. Brilliant, that Ish. That's quality. Not close, lads. Right side in the drive.
Excellent side, excellent side.
Excellent this, boys. Excellent this.
Very likely their sides.
Or you could be a cricketer and a prime minister. How do you beat that?
I don't think you can.
Yes, Ish. Lovely boy. Lovely side.
Excellent side.
It's excellent through there, Ish.
Try something now, boys.
That's quality through their sides.
She's a combination of a former prime minister and a president. The current president is a dentist. And the former prime minister was a cricketer. She's got both.
Down, Ish. Down, Ish.
That's a good run, just to keep things alive.
Real nice, Ish.
Seems to be a different level of respect for politicians in this part of the world than there is in the Western world.
He's in the game there, Sodes. Come on, boy.
Singleton the over. 169 for 5, Pakistan.
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान.
And no wickets in this second session so far. Sarfaraz leading the way, 56 not out. The partnership 89 of 171. Sarfaraz especially has not been bothered by any spin or any pace so far. Slowly but surely, Pakistan have come back into the game. And it's because of this partnership. Sarfaraz constantly talking with Saud Shakil. Saud Shakil playing as he does, making sure that Pakistan don't lose the wicket and just take this game deeper and deeper. Round the wicket as that struck the pad first. Looked as if it hit the pad first, but not much interest from New Zealand.
Tim South is still persisting with the pace from the university stand end and spin from the media stand end. There's only 4 overs being bowled by spin from the far end. A little bit more tactics, different tactics. Just bringing the ball into the left-hander and trying to bowl those short deliveries.
I think it's a good sign that the change of tactics is showing how much this is concerning this New Zealand side, this partnership. And there's no question that if Pakistan bat the remaining amount of time, they'll get those runs.
Well, Saud Shakil in his 10 innings in Test match cricket has not been dismissed under 20. It has been some start to his Test career. It's his application and temperament that has stood out. Yes, talk about him taking his time, but when he's in there, it looks so unflustered. Whatever the scoreboard is saying or whatever the situation is, throughout this little Test career that he has, and it seems that he feels that he belongs.
Henry trying to shake him up a little bit by bowling short deliveries. There's a short leg fielder, leg gully. There's the sort of gully fielder on the offside, which is very, very close to the bat. And the square fielder not exactly on the boundary. 169 for 5.
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान.
Start of his Test career, most consecutive innings with a 20 plus score, 10 now for Saud Shakil. Everton Weeks 14. Saud Shakil now 10 innings where he's not been dismissed under 20. It is Bracewell from the pavilion end. A discussion about the field. It'll be interesting if he bowls over the wicket to Sarfraz. Maybe there is an option of just bowling round the wicket, get LBW more into play.
Yeah, I'm glad that New Zealand have made a change because I felt as though Sodhi hadn't bowled as well as he would have liked, and I thought if he was going to continue to bowl, maybe look to bowl round the wicket into the rough to Sarfraz, just to try and break it up. Because at the moment, this partnership just got such nice tempo. They don't look untroubled, picking up runs reasonably comfortably. So I think this is a good move from Southie.
Yes!
Sarfraz, behind that leg side, he does possess a couple of sweep shots. It's only a mid-on just hanging back. Almost shaped up for that sweep shot. Nicely done in the covers. I just feel that Sarfraz is ready to exploit that leg side. That time too full, so he's able to hit it offside. It's a good diving stop.
Yes, Beastie. That is outstanding, Beastie.
This cricket ball is almost 55 overs old, so it's gone really soft. Early on when the ball was new and the spin was bowling, there was much more bite in it. Not many I've seen keeping low.
A sweep shot, just be the one.
Earlier when Babar was batting, there was one delivery. The ball was quite hard, quite new, kept really low. Hardly seen anything like that since then. I think when the ball is hard, it bounces more, it just get more bite.
Yes,
It's very, very easy for both these batsmen to just tackle this. This is the delivery I was just talking about. How close was that? Only Babar could have managed that.
Yes, Beastie. That's lovely, boy.
170 for 5.
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान।
New Zealand hoping for something to that effect.
Harry, please don't say it's a golden arm. Last time you said it, we lost wicket.
Lovely, Lurie. Start, Lurie.
Okay, I won't say it, but he is. I won't say the words. But every time I've been around that he's got the ball, something has happened. Might not get it, but he'll create an opportunity. Hence the reason I think Tim Southee's turned to him.
Get him again, Lur.
But he's been sick for a day and a half, so
He's at his best when he's been sick.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's even better.
Okay.
You're talking from experience, are you? Beautifully played. This is what Sarfraz does really well. He works the angles. Even on a slow pitch, he will make sure that he uses the pace.
He's a clever cricketer. There's no question in my mind. He knew that gap was at third man. Or third. And he knew if he got any sort of width, all he had to do was just open the blade and run it down. New Zealand continue to leave that gap open. I think the gully, though, has just come a little bit finer.
Yes, Lurie. Beautiful. Good
Speaking
Laurie.
from a little bit of experience, yeah, so most Kiwis, I think, play their best when they're a little bit under the weather.
Come on, punter, get us one.
We had a bad experience with England in the very first Test match. There were more than half of them were under the weather. They were sick. They had some seriously bad bug.
Boys, come on.
They came out with a bang. They just smoked us all around.
Yes, Darren. Lovely, mate. Lovely, Darren.
Yeah, it can sometimes help. Takes that, I guess, a little bit of pressure off you, really.
Good operating,
And you just go
boy.
out and just play. That expectation, you're under the weather, so look, we know you're not going to do too much. Just go out and be positive, and sometimes that works to your advantage, as it did for England.
Yes, Darren. That's beautiful, bud. That's lovely, Des.
You can tell from the body language that the energy is not there.
Lovely, Darren.
But he's a tough nut, isn't he? He's not going to give up. He's going to keep running at you.
Well, we can have tomorrow off if that helps.
Yes, Des. That's lovely, boy. That's lovely, Des.
174 for 5.
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान।
Sorry, do you want to do this?
37 overs remaining in the day. Pakistan require 145.
Yes, Beastie.
Still very doable, but they'll need South Shakil and Sarfraz to just bat through, especially Sarfraz.
Yes,
New Zealand will
Beastie.
be thinking
Yes,
a wicket any time, and they're back in.
Lovely, yeah, Beast.
Bazid, do you think these two at the crease, they're thinking of winning at the moment, or they're thinking just bat, and see once we go after tea, half an hour after tea, where we are?
Yes, Beastie. That's lovely, Beastie.
Yeah, you're spot on. They're not thinking about the win right now. They just want to bat and then reassess once they get slightly closer. Right now, it's just about being there and just building the partnership, play normally.
Yes,
And then
Beastie.
If they're here after tea, if they're here half an hour, even 45 minutes after tea, then you look up and think we're in with a big chance. But I think still the key is Sarfaraz. If Sarfaraz is there after tea or is there half an hour after tea, then you're in with a massive chance because he's the one who'll just carry on getting runs.
Yes, Beastie.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. People will be watching and saying they only need, 3.9 and over. Why aren't they playing a few more shots? They don't need to yet. These two just keep playing, get it through to tea, and then they put themselves in a very strong position to push on for the wind. Sorry. The worst thing they can do is push too hard now.
Yes, Beastie.
Good over from Bracewell. 57 gone now. Pakistan 174 for 5.
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान.
Come on, Darren. Oh, Des! Brilliant, Des! It's not short of you, Des. Not 100% short of you,
The KFC flip, the bucket challenge. All you have to do is flip the KFC bucket and wear it on the head, and the winner will get KFC finger-licking good prizes.
Come on, boys!
Well, he's done it in a first go. I think he deserves a bit more than just a bucket of KFC.
Oh, Des, this is brilliant, boy! This is great, Lou!
Well, Pakistan only once on the 5th day have got 300 and chased a score down and won the test match. And in that test match, it was this guy involved, Sarfaraz. Scored 48 or 46.
Down. Well done, Beastie. Well done, Beastie.
I think they needed something like 300 in 2 sessions to win that game. Last 2 sessions, 5th day. Azhar Ali getting 100. Remember that? I was commentating on that. Misbah got 68. 2014. But that was Sharjah. Very similar pitch. Slow, low. Was turning a bit, but not a great deal.
Yes, Darren. Good stumpy.
Yeah, that was going to be my point about this partnership with Sarfaraz. He's been there before. He's done this numerous times in one-day cricket as well as Test cricket. That was a great example of him being in this situation before. And this won't faze him. He just knows if he just keeps playing, he'll put his side in a very good position. And the key's going to be how Shaquille approaches it when the time needs for perhaps a little bit of increase in rate.
Yes, Darren. Yes, Darren. Lovely boy.
Yes, and Pakistan need to make sure they give themselves the best chance. And as you suggested, if they pull the trigger right now or go harder, they run the risk of maybe losing a wicket and then falling away.
Yes, Darren. Yes, Darren.
And just bat through to a situation where even if they lose a wicket, they're still in the game or still up to the chase. It's 174 for 5.
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान.
Still about 15 minutes to tea. Now the discussion will be on how to get a wicket, what plans to be put in place. Also, maybe now is the time where New Zealand are probably thinking just to go for the squeeze, make sure that they don't leak runs. Darryl Mitchell brought into the attack from the university and his bowler made in that previous over. And just make sure that they build pressure by that squeeze. Now Bracewell to South Shakil, they're trying to make sure that the field is set correctly in the way that South Shakil doesn't get off strike and he plays all 6 deliveries.
I don't think New Zealand should go defensive here. There's still plenty of runs to get for Pakistan, 145. That's all they need is just to break this partnership, open up a gate, and they will have maybe 10 odd overs with a new ball also.
Go, GP.
Just into the leg side for that single. You still have batting to come. You've got Salman Agha and you've got Hassan Ali who gives it a tonk. But you think that these two have to do the bulk of scoring, but even so, Pakistan will fancy themselves because of the fact that Salman Agha is in pretty decent form and plays spin well. Oh, inside edge, almost a drag on. Sarfraz just hanging back, trying to get this down to third. The ball turned on him.
Sarfraz not happy with the selection of shot, I think, because playing against a spin and looking to cut with a horizontal bat, you're asking for trouble, almost getting onto the stumps. Sarfraz very lucky, Pakistan lucky.
It was too straight and too full. He's very good at that shot, but that was way too close.
Yes, Beastie. Yes, Beastie.
And I think that's the area for Bracewell. I think as this ball has lost a little bit of its hardness, it's certainly taken some sting out of the spin and bounce. This wicket currently looking very battable, and these two doing it well. Just too full for that shot.
Yes, Beastie. That's beautiful, Beastie. As long as you can see. Yes, Beastie. Yes, Beastie. Lovely, Beastie. Hand it over again, Beastie. Good, lads. Hand it over, Beastie. Oh, Beastie. Lovely boy.
176 for 5.
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान.
Every over there's a mini conference, so the obviously making sure that every idea is thrown at him. Right now the idea is just Darryl Mitchell bowl as straight as possible. And make sure that the squeeze from him continues.
Try force something here, lads.
Talking of the game played in Sharjah 2014, have a look at that. Sri Lanka got bowled out for 214 in the second inning, and Pakistan needed 302 and got those runs with 5 wickets down. And Pakistan needed 195 runs in the final session.
Good, Darren. Good, Darren. Lovely ball.
It was an amazing victory from Pakistan. They were very positive. Sarfraz really played well in that game. And Azhar Ali, who's known to be a very defensive player, it takes his time. He was very proactive. 137 deliveries. He got 103. A couple of early wickets gone down against Pakistan, but they just kept coming at Sri Lanka and managed to pull the victory from nowhere. One of the best test matches I have commented on.
Nice, Darren. Nice, Darren. Lovely boy.
Daryl Mitchell to South Shakil. His field set as he did in the first innings, outside off. And now slip coming very close. He's got the helmet on, a slip and a gully. And then those couple of catches offside. So he's just going to bowl outside off and hope that South Shakil flirts with it.
Nice, Darren. Nice boy.
So this in the first innings is about deja vu. With South Shakil just leaving everything outside off stump. Now New Zealand will be thinking with the situation that is, maybe South Shakil will be tempted to play a shot. A slip fielder is extremely close.
Come on. Yes.
More than anything else, I feel that slip cordon or a gully fielder was so close to the bat. With Daryl Mitchell bowling around about 120, 123. What are the chances of them catching it? They've got helmets, so they're also worried that they might get hit, especially the slip cordon. Unless it just comes straight at you or in your stomach.
Come on.
You might catch it, otherwise anything right, left.
There is a rule change. You can catch the ball after it's hit the helmet. Maybe it'll hit the helmet and then catch it. That's the only option there. 177 for 5.
Yeah.
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान.
Down the track, doesn't pierce leg side. Last couple of overs he's been itching to get one through. He played a little late cut, which almost was a drag on. The off spinner, he fancies the Sarfraz.
Yes, Beastie. Yes, Beastie. That's beautiful, boys. So good,
one thing Bracewell haven't tried it yet is going around the wicket and try to bring the LBW into play to the right-hander.
Sweep shot. Come back for the second.
Because from this angle is way too easy for Sarfraz. He's got no silly point, so he can really play more toward the offside. Yes, there is a short leg there, but the ball is so soft, it's not really bouncing that much. So go around the wicket maybe and just try to bring that LBW into play.
Well done, GP. Well done, Doc.
Sarfraz likes to sweep, so once you go around the wicket, there's every chance that he'll go for that sweep.
Yes, Beastie.
Yeah, I like that idea, going round the wicket just to bring LBW into play and also change the angle. Sarfraz right now has the option of the sweep shot, also has the option of turning it into the leg side without LBW in play. He gets outside the line of the off stump when he defends too, so that takes out that LBW option. 179 for 5.
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो व्हाई नॉट मेरी जान.
Come on, boys. Take it this side, lads. Nossi right up. Yes, Darren. Yes, Darren. Lovely boy. Excellent, boys. Take him with us, boys. Reserve one here. Yes, Daz. Yes, Daz. Lovely boy.
Tickets for the one days, they come thick and fast, 9th and 11th and 13th. The ticket sales from January 5th. They've opened pcb.bookme.pk.
Keep being born here, Daz. Yes,
Oh, he's beaten him this
yes,
time
boy.
around. Just slightly closer. I think he just played at that for once. It's out Shakil.
Yeah, perfect line from Mitchell. That's exactly where he needs to be. Has the ability just to bring it back a little bit to the left-handers as well. So if he can stay in that zone, gives himself a good chance.
Yes, Lurie. You like that so good. So to extend defensive shot into a second shot.
Mrs. Sarfraz.
Sarfraz was so far away that Darren Mitchell inquired, "Are you watching us? Are you ready?"
Don't worry, Lurie, don't want to get another one in.
And he's just looking the other way as Darren Mitchell has run in.
Yes, Darren.
This is all because of the cameraman, the production,
Lovely boys.
maybe the director too. He's got Sarfraz's better half on screen, and Sarfraz is just looking there as Darrell Mitchell runs in. Brownie points for Sarfraz.
Yeah, they in the middle.
Take him with us, Lurie.
Mrs. Sarfraz on the right of your picture is Hassan Ali's wife.
The forward defensive again. This has been really good from Pakistan. No wickets lost. And the partnership 99. Pakistan need 140 more to win, but this session has gone completely Pakistan's way. That man on screen, Sarfraz, has been exceptional with the bat yet again. Not a lot of runs scored, run rate 2.25, but it was secure and solid batting. Sarfraz 65 of 99, South Shakil 27 of 129. But the sting from New Zealand,
वक्त के साथ अगर सोच भी बदली जा सकती है तो why not मेरी जान.
South Shakil with a session where they've done their job. New Zealand still in with a chance, still in with a shout. They couldn't get a wicket that session. They'll probably think after tea, just one moment of magic and they're back in. Still test match wide open. All results possible. A few wickets fell in the first session, but none so in the second session. Sarfraz leading the way, 65 not out, and has looked untroubled. South Shakil, as he does, very good in defence. He's been the anchor, 27 of 129. In the partnerships, those two fell yesterday. The first two, then Shan and Imam. Imam fell. Then a bit of a problem for Pakistan when Babar and Shan went quickly, but after that it's been all about Sarfraz and South Shakil. And New Zealand have toiled hard. They bowled quite a lot of overs, and Saudi with 2 for 49. Bracewell probably the pick. 14 overs, 2 maidens, 2 for 33. This session started off with Sarfraz belting on leg side. A little outside edge, never really carried. Another outside edge. This was good bowling, but it went to third, four, a boundary. Sarfraz very good as usual with the sweep shot. Got to his 50, yet another 50 for him. And then just used a little bit of pace to get it down to third. Importantly, Pakistan haven't lost a wicket in that session, and that means that still 5 wickets intact. Pakistan need 140 runs to win. There'll be about 31 overs remaining. And we'll take a short break and we'll be back with the post-tea action.
Shaheens versus Kiwis in a much-awaited showdown. Who will control the pitch and come out on top as victor? New Zealand tour to Pakistan. 2 test matches and 3 ODIs. Karachi, 26 December to 13th January. Brought to you in association with Coca-Cola. Jahan dil mile, wahan Coca-Cola. Shaheens versus Kiwis in a much-awaited showdown. Who will control the pitch and come out on top as victor? New Zealand tour to Pakistan. 2 test matches and 3 ODIs. Karachi, 26 December to 13th January. Brought to you in association with Coca-Cola. Jahan dil mile, wahan Coca-Cola. Shaheens versus Kiwis in a much-awaited showdown. Who will control the pitch and come out on top as victor? New Zealand tour to Pakistan. 2 test matches and 3 ODIs. Karachi, 26 December to 13th January. Brought to you in association with Coca-Cola. Jahan dil mile, wahan Coca-Cola. Shaheens versus Kiwis in a much-awaited showdown. Who will control the pitch and come out on top as victor? New Zealand tour to Pakistan. 2 test matches and 3 ODIs. Karachi, 26 December to 13th January. Brought to you in association with Coca-Cola. Jahan dil mile, wahan Coca-Cola. Shaheens versus Kiwis in a much-awaited showdown. Who will control the pitch and come out on top as victor? New Zealand tour to Pakistan. 2 test matches and 3 ODIs. Karachi, 26 December to 13th January. Brought to you in association with Coca-Cola. Jahan dil mile, wahan Coca-Cola.
Pakistan would like to believe they've won the session with this partnership continuing. No wickets and 54 runs scored, and Sarfaraz going strong as he's been in this series, the highest scorer amongst both teams, 4 consecutive 50s, and he's at it wanting Pakistan to stay in the game. So Pakistan need 140 from here on in that final session to come. They are 179 for 5 at this stage. Hello and welcome to Inverix Solar Energy Pitch Side Studio. I am Sikandar and we are looking at an exciting match ahead of us with this final session and all to play for. Still,
half an hour, they'll probably still play the way they are playing, and then they'll sort of look where they want to get to. I mean, 4 and over, I don't think it should be a big deal with still Salman Agha to come. You know, Hassan Ali can hang around. So they will assess the situation and they'll probably look to, you know, push and win the game.
New Zealand think tank sitting together in this short tea break, 31 overs to go. How do you see Tim Southee now dealing and using his bowlers? Because this session is completely dried up for them.
Yeah, look, I think in some ways that last session's good for the game. The fact that Pakistan didn't lose any wickets, not quite kept up the run rate, but put themselves in a really strong position to win this game. I think what will happen first half an hour is key after tea, but I think what we'll see from Pakistan, if they get through that first half an hour, you'll see a slight increase to run rate. And I think that might help this game. And it still keeps, as you said, all results possible. And the last 13 overs with the new ball, I think is going to be absolutely key for New Zealand, because that ball's just lost a little bit of hardness, a little bit of its sting, and it looks pretty easy to bat on at the moment. So this game is very much in the balance.
Yeah, and then you look at Sarfaraz, we just spoke about it. The Sarfaraz has been that batsman who scored most runs from both sides, and how good he has been understanding and absorbing the responsibility in this match.
Yeah, he started off with a lot of pressure when he first played the game, and slowly he's getting into his groove, getting into his old rhythm, which we know Sarfaraz, sweeps well, pulls well, cuts well, and he's batting quite well against the Pacers also, and him and Saud Shakil, they complement each other. You know what a series he's having, and I hope and I pray that manage to win this game and he gets 100. I think if he gets 100, 120, Pakistan will have a victory in their hand.
It's a great contest out there. From the first test match to these 4 days, it seems like both these parties now understand each other's weaknesses and strengths. As you see that Saud Shakil is not touching anything outside off, so now Tim Southee and others are trying to angle the ball into him. And you got to give credit to him probably because he's the left-hander. He's got more to deal with than Sarfaraz.
Yeah, and I think as the pitch has worn on and the ball's lost its hardness, it's become a little bit easier for him. But he showed how well he played in that first innings. And I think Pakistan gave us a great demonstration. If you can stay in the contest as long as you possibly can, go through that session where you don't lose any wickets, you keep yourself in the contest. And the experience of Sarfraz, not just how quickly he's scoring, but his experience. He's done it before, he's been there before. So, as I said, that first half an hour, absolutely key. And Shakil was going to have to up his run rate slightly after that first half hour.
Our job is to keep you guys glued to the screen, so I'm going to ask Waqar, what is the Pakistan camp thinking right now? What could be the discussion on instructions to these two?
Look, I don't think they'll be totally comfortable at the moment. But as I said, half an hour, 40 minutes after tea, if we don't lose any more wickets, the plan will be that we are going after this. They have lost 2 series on the trot just before that. So you don't want to, draw this, and draw means New Zealand winning this series basically morally. And in New Zealand, I think the missing bit is the pace, and Ish Sodhi not bowling the way he bowled yesterday or even in the first inning. So Pakistan, looking at New Zealand's bowler, they stand a very, very good chance of winning this.
Okay, let's talk about the expert predictions. Expert prediction brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy. Okay, my question will be similar to both of you for each side. At what stage do you feel Pakistan would slow things down and say that they're going for a draw?
Look, I don't think Pakistan will, the issue Pakistan's facing right now is if they lose wicket quickly, then what? Then there's a long tail. So that is the only issue with Pakistan. So one of these, especially Sarfraz, I think he's got to be there at the end if Pakistan need to win this game.
New Zealand needs 5 deliveries to win this, and that could come about any time. That belief will keep Tim Southee going, or they will also just slow things down and just forget about it if nothing happens in the next half an hour into play.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think New Zealand's tactic will be in the next about 18 overs, which is how long it is to the new ball, is trying to break this partnership, possibly get 2 wickets, and then have 13 overs of the new ball at the Pakistan tail, because we've seen just the variation of bounce. We saw one to Babar Azam with a slightly newer ball almost go underground, and just more spin and bounce out of the rough, and also the seamers come back into play as well. So that'll be the key. Break this partnership, get 1 more, then have 3 wickets to get with the brand new ball, 13 overs. That'll be the key for New Zealand.
There you go, the expert predictions. Expert prediction brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy. Well, a minute left to the action, so here we go. We've got 31 overs to go if they can squeeze them in, and it's 140 that's required. The mathematics says you've come so far, may as well give it a try.
Oh, you should. I mean, in the past, we were showing earlier the game Pakistan played in Sharjah. We scored 195 and we lost only 5 wickets. Azhar Ali getting 100. Sarfraz was there in that game also. So it's all not done yet. Pakistan still very much alive, and they will